Every single book which I've topper suggested, but nothing worked for me.
I was like कि नहीं होगा छोड़ देते हैं, नहीं हो रहा है तो क्या फ़ायदा इनको दोबारा पढ़ने से.
I would like to thank Study IQ. I got connected to Study IQ.
स्टडी IQ ने मेरा मेंस तक मैंने साथ दिया, उसके बाद भी उन्होंने मेरा साथ नहीं छोड़ा.
And I have taken this mock at Study IQ.
And I would recommend Study IQ.
Yes, I will definitely recommend Study IQ.
What if I told you terrorists doesn't need a bomb, they just need a handful of infected seeds? Welcome to the era of silent war, that is agro-terrorism. It can weaken any nation without even firing a single bullet. So आइए समझते हैं ये agro-terrorism basically है क्या and how it is hampering our agriculture system and why it is in news recently. क्यों ये हॉट टॉपिक बना हुआ है आजकल. तो आइए समझते हैं व्हाट इज एग्रो टेररिज्म. एग्रो टेररिज्म इज बेसिकली अ डेलिब्रेट यूज ऑफ एनी बायोलॉजिकल, केमिकल और हार्मफुल agents to infect our agriculture system, that is our crop, livestock and your food supply chain. It can hamper directly our food security. It can cause economic damage and complete destabilization in our country. Not just in our country, in any of the country. When you hamper the backbone, as agriculture sector is the backbone of any nation, कि भाई food security तो वहीं से ensure होनी है. Like if I'll talk about India, 60% of population directly or indirectly be dependent upon the agriculture. Raw material for lot of industries come from the agriculture sector. So अगर agriculture sector को ही हमने hamper कर दिया, attack कर दिया, then it is a complete devastation of economy of any of the country. So why it is the news recently? क्यों ये आजकल hot topic बना हुआ है? So let me explain you the recent incident. Recently हुआ क्या है that USA agency, that is FBI, arrested 2 Chinese researcher for working on the dangerous fungus, that is your Fusarium graminearum. Who are the scientists? वो कर क्या रहे थे basically? So there were 2 scientists, that is your Yuning Jian and Junyong Liu. Both were in relationship and both were your boyfriend girlfriend, and this Liu was working in Chinese university on the same fungus, and she is Jian and she was working in this University of Michigan of USA on this particular Fusarium graminearum fungus. दोनों ही एक चाइनीज यूनिवर्सिटी में एंड एक यूएसए यूनिवर्सिटी में सिमिलर फंगस पर काम कर रहे थे, एंड शी स्मगल्ड this fungus in 2024 from China to USA, and she was working on it. When later investigation were done, it was found that she was getting fund from the China government for her research. अपनी research के लिए उसे जो funding मिल रही थी, that was from the China. And when later research or later investigation was done, it was found that she was having a membership of Chinese Communist Party as well. So complete पूरा शक चाइना पे जाता है that they want or they just want to spread or they are trying to spread this fungus graminearum in USA and to attack the food security of USA sector. So what is this Fusarium graminearum fungus? है क्या? Why it is causing a havoc among this USA? क्यों ये आज चर्चा का विषय बनी हुई है? So I'll say that this particular fungus is a dual-edged sword. ये 2 तरीके से अटैक करती है. During the developmental stage, on the food security and health as well. So आइए समझते हैं कैसे ये अटैक करती है. Let's see. This particular fungus causes the head blight disease in wheat, barley and oats. ये वीट, बार्ले और ओट्स में हेड ब्लाइट डिजीज कॉज करती है. दिस इज द हेड ब्लाइट डिजीज. ओके, ड्यूरिंग द राइपनिंग स्टेज, जब ये वीट जो है एट द राइपनिंग स्टेज पे जब है, इट इन्फेक्ट्स द फ्रूटिंग बॉडी. जो फ्रूटिंग बॉडी है उसको ये इन्फेक्ट करती है एंड देयर इज अ रिडक्शन इन प्रोडक्शन को ये रिड्यूस करती है. नेक्स्ट इज इट कॉजेज ईयर रोट एंड स्टॉक रोट इन मेज. ईयर रोट और इसकी जो स्टॉक है उसमें भी रोटिंग कर देती है, मतलब उसे सड़ा देती है. ओके, सो by causing these two disease, it reduces the production और crop yield जो है वो reduce होगी. Next, it lowers the quality of the market grade of the crop. जो हमें मार्केट में एक गुड क्वालिटी की क्रॉप हमें सोल्ड करनी थी, उसकी क्वालिटी रिड्यूस होती है. एंड ड्यू टू ऑल दीज थिंग्स देयर इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट लॉस अमंग द फार्मर. फार्मर को उतना इनकम नहीं मिल पाती है, उतना इकोनॉमिक रिटर्न नहीं मिल पाता जितना मिलना चाहिए था. सो लेस इनकम ऑफ द फार्मर. अब लेस इनकम होगी, ऑल यू नो कि फार्मर आगे इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर पाएगा. एंड नेक्स्ट थिंग, ड्यू टू द लेसर प्रोडक्शन there will be hampering of the government stocks. जो गवर्नमेंट सीरियल क्रॉप्स का जो स्टॉक करके रखती है उसमें रिडक्शन होगा. एंड देयर विल बी अ कंप्लीट attack on the food security of a country as this particular fungus is infecting the major crops like your wheat, maize, barley and oats. All these crops, specifically your wheat and maize, they are mostly the staple crop in lot of countries, and there are lot of processed foods comes from these two particular cereal crops. Like wheat is used to make your semolina, सूजी जो होती है, मैदा, your macaroni, pasta, bread. In Western countries, it is consumed like that. And in India, there are lot of products like your roti is there, naan is there. They all comes from, biscuits are there. They all comes from this wheat. And this wheat is further processed to get lot of produce. So अगर wheat को ही hamper कर दिया, उसी का production अगर रुक गया, then there is a complete attack on the food security of any country. And as you all know, maize is also processed for lot of processed food. Okay, so this hampers the crop during the growth stage like this. The next attack is that this graminearium, if any of the produce sold in the market which is infected by this graminearium, Fusarium graminearium, then it produces a lot of mycotoxins. अब ये जो mycotoxins है ये क्या है? Just what are these mycotoxins? Any toxin which is produced by fungus. ये toxin का नाम नहीं है. These are the toxin, variety of toxins which are produced from different funguses. So they comes under the category of mycotoxins. ठीक है, mycotoxins क्या है? जो भी toxin कोई fungus produce करती है, that is called as your mycotoxins. So when any of people, any livestock or human being consume any food produce which is infected by this graminearium, Fusarium graminearium, that can cause vomiting, liver damage and reproductive problem in both human and livestock. So क्या है ये आपका? It is impacting the agriculture sector, food security को भी ये आपका hamper कर रही है, and it is hampering the health sector as well. So it's a dual edged sword. दो तरीके से ये हमारे इकोनॉमी को, हमारी हेल्थ को, फूड सिक्योरिटी को इम्पैक्ट कर रही है. सो दिस इज वाई इट इज अ कॉज ऑफ कंसर्न एंड दैट्स वाई देयर इज अ हॉवेक इन द यूएसए कंट्री कि द चाइना इज ट्राइंग टू स्प्रेड एग्रो टेररिज्म इन आवर कंट्री वाया दिस पर्टिकुलर फंगस स्ट्रेन. सो ये जो है ये आपके प्रीलिम्स के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर लॉट ऑफ एग्री एग्जाम्स, नॉट जस्ट एग्री एग्जाम, इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर एनी एग्जाम दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट एंड इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर GS3 as well. So now, is this the first incidence? क्या ये पहला इंसिडेंट जो यूएसए में हुआ है और इससे पहले भी कभी हुआ है? So if we will look upon the historical evidences when there is a world war between Germany and France, it was found that both the countries have used lot of pathogens to infect their staple crops. एक दूसरे की स्टेपल क्रॉप्स को इन्फेक्ट करने के लिए बहुत सारे पैथोजेंस का यूज किया गया था, सो दैट देयर विल बी अ डायरेक्ट अटैक ऑन द फूड सिक्योरिटी। और जो कंट्री वेपन्स के ऊपर अपना फाइनेंसेस और मनी यूज कर रही थी, दैट कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड ऑन ensuring the food security of their people. So they have used Puccinia pathogen which causes wheat rust in your wheat, Phytophthora infestations which causes your late blight in potato. So this were the according to the historical evidences, this was the first case. After that recently it was found that in 2011 में ये पाया गया कि there was a South African man who claimed that to spread the foot and mouth disease virus in USA. This is particularly a disease of cattle. ये एक cattles की disease है and it is highly deadly disease. कि अगर किसी कैटल को ये इन्फेक्शन हो जाए then there will be a death of that particular cattle. उसका बचना मुश्किल है. So in 2011 this was the case, and after that in 2014 the Japan found a man guilty, a Japanese worker who was working in a factory that his name was Toshiki Abe. He was found guilty to contaminate the frozen food. जो frozen food है उसको उसने contaminate किया था by this malathion. What is this? It is a pesticide. ये एक pesticide है जिससे उसने frozen foods को contaminate किया गया था, and this particular pesticide, that is your malathion, it directly impact or directly attack on the nervous system of a people. Livestock ho or basically human beings, if you comes in the contact of this particular pesticide, there will be a direct attack on the nervous system of that people. So these were the few cases. Now, but why agriculture? Because agriculture is a soft target. Okay, it doesn't cause any sound to attack on this agriculture. You don't need bomb. You don't need your guns to attack on this agriculture. It's a soft target. So why they want to target this? The first one is the economic disruption. This is the most important factor. Like if you attack the agriculture sector, in any country, the agriculture sector forms a large part of a GDP, like in India. As I have told you, and again I am telling you, like 60% of the population directly or indirectly dependent upon the agriculture sector. So GDP का एक बहुत बड़ा part जाएगा. Food security का issue होगा. The stocks to the government is reduced. Then economic collapse will be there. Inflation. Definitely, if the production of any crop will be reduced, then there will be inflation, and that will directly impact the poor people. Okay, so there will be panic in the country and mass unemployment. अगर agriculture sector ही खत्म हो गया, तो there will be a mass unemployment. And in the country like India, which is having a huge population dependent upon the agriculture sector, it's a cause of concern. Now, food insecurity. Like in India, if something happens like this, like we runs the food security program, like we feed our population with the free food grain. जो poor population है, हम उनको free food grain provide करते हैं, specifically your wheat and rice. और wheat है, rice है, these are the staple crop in our country. इन्हीं का ही stock कम हो जाएगा, इनका production कम हो जाएगा, then our people will suffer from भूख से सफ़र करेंगे, उनके पास खाने के लिए कुछ नहीं होगा. There will be less stock, हमारे पास less stock बचेंगे. Then government have to choose कि उन्हें किसे सर्व करना है, किसे सर्व नहीं करना. If the less stock will be there, there will be a problem of hoarding. होर्डिंग की प्रॉब्लम आएगी, लोग इलीगली चीजों को इकट्ठा करने लगेंगे, एंड व्हेन द प्राइस राइज ऑफ दैट प्रोडक्ट दे विल सेल इन द मार्केट, सो देयर विल बी इन्फ्लेशन, सो कंप्लीट इकोनॉमिक डैमेज विल बी देयर. Okay, and if food insecurity is there, then there will be a public panic. Inflation है तो public panic होगी, ठीक है, and there will be a internal war there. तो किसी कंट्री को कुछ करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. That will attack the backbone of the country. The next is that it attacks the national security indirectly. As I have told you, agriculture is a soft target, and economic devastation will be there, food security issues will be there, public panic will be there, and there will be internal wars. If it will be prolonged, agar bahut zyada prolong ho jaye, then there can be a chances of internal war as well. Okay, and the most important thing, if you attack any crop with these fungal infestations or any pathogen, the impact will be long lasting. Why? If I'll give you the example of Congress grass, that is Parthenium. ये जो पार्थेनियम है, when we are exporting wheat from the USA, at that time this Parthenium weed comes to India. And even after trying a lot of weedicides and lot of measures, this Parthenium is still there and it compete with the main crop for the resources. Infestation भी है उसके, seeds के अंदर infestation भी है, and it is a cause of havoc till now. So ये weed जो है exotic weed है, बाहर से आई है, and it's become very difficult for us to remove it. So its impact are long lasting. कि अगर ये एक बार इन्फेक्शन हमारी कंट्री में स्प्रेड हो गया, then there might be chances this infection will be yearly, और अदर क्रॉप्स में भी ये स्प्रेड हो सकता है. ठीक है, so that's why it is having a long lasting effect. Next, it's a biological warfare with low detection. प्लांट एंड एनिमल्स को आप इन्फेक्ट कर दीजिए. अब प्लांट एंड एनिमल्स आपको आएंगे थोड़ी बताने के लिए. दे कांट स्पीक, दे वोंट कम टू यू दैट आई एम इन्फेक्टेड विद दिस. सो दे आर वेरी लो डिटेक्शन चांसेस. बहुत रेयरली हम इसे डिटेक्ट कर सकते हैं कि ये किसी दूसरी कंट्री से आया है. समटाइम वी थिंक कि इट इज ड्यू टू द क्लाइमेटिक फैक्टर्स, बट इट कैन बी कम फ्रॉम सम अनदर कंट्री. नेक्स्ट, डिस्टेबलाइजिंग ट्रेड एंड एक्सपोर्ट. अब आपकी क्रॉप ही इन्फेक्ट हो गई, your quality produce is reduced, then how can you export your product to the other country? So there will be a disbalance in your balance of payment. आपका export कम हो जाएगा, income कम हो जाएगी, and again economy will be reduced. तो complete economic damage again. Why would any country allow you to export the infected things? So these are the causes why they targeting our agriculture sector, not just. So how can we prevent? Early prevention is better than cure. You all know, है ना ये कहावत, और ये बहुत पहले से हम पढ़ते हैं, आप लोगों ने बहुत जगह लिखी हुई भी देखी होगी. Prevention is always better than cure. So how can we prevent it? So first of all, we should have strong biosecurity measures. हमारे जो biosecurity measures हैं, that should be strong. Like at the entry protocols should be strong. At the borders, airport and port, there should be a proper checking of each and every person. And specifically on the movements of agriculture goods and animals. Like whenever we want to export any agri product in our country, there should be a proper checking of that agri produce for each and every probable strains of any pathogen or any infections. उसकी proper checking होनी चाहिए, so that it cannot enter in our country. Like when we export any new products or new horticulture plant or new crops in our country, there is a quarantine measures. There are lot of protocols there. Like we do the research and only then we allow the entry of this particular produce in our country. That's why the government is running the clean plant program. इसी के लिए रन कर रही है ना कि कोई exotic disease या exotic pathogen हमारी कंट्री में ना आ जाए. But still there is a corruption everywhere कि documents ऐसे ही sign हो जाते हैं and they can come in our country. So we should prevent them. A proper surveillance and early detection system should be there. Real-time monitoring system should be there. Drones and sensors will be there, and proper and regular checking of the agriculture systems via drone and other technologies, which is possible. Like by using satellite mapping, we have early detection system for locust. जो locust during the COVID ना, during hot days that comes from your this Pakistan, Afghanistan region, their breeding increases when their temperature become high and low moisture is there. तो दे हैव अटैक्ड आर क्रॉप्स इन द नॉर्दर्न सेक्टर, और नॉर्दर्न सेक्टर में नॉर्दर्न इंडिया जो है दैट इज़ योर कम्स पंजाब, हरियाणा, यूपी एंड राजस्थान, वहाँ पे क्या हुआ था, देयर इज़ अ डायरेक्ट अटैक ऑन द क्रॉप। बहुत सारी क्रॉप्स हमारी ख़राब हो गई थी ड्यू टू दिस लोकस्ट अटैक। अगर आपको याद हो ड्यूरिंग द कोविड टाइम दैट हैपन्स, सो वी डू द सैटेलाइट मैपिंग फॉर दैट एंड वी हैव टू प्रिवेंट this and we have to build this type of system. Next, training of the farmers and field officers. जो field officers हैं, they should be trained to early detect these type of diseases. Training of the farmers should be trained that they should detect any infestation, and there will be a direct contact with the authority that if there is some new infestation there, if there is any unusual diseases there, they are able to report that quickly. We have to build this type of a system. Now, regulating agrochemicals and seeds. This I have explained to you. Like when we are exporting any of the agri produce from different countries or from any of the foreign countries, we should have proper regulation for that. We have to do the proper checking of that कि कहीं कोई infestation हमारी country में ना आ जाए. Now, there should be inter-agency coordination is there. Agriculture agencies like your various agriculture institutions like your ICR is there, KVK is there, state universities is there, seed production agencies is there. So there should be a proper integration of these agencies. Intelligence unit, police and disaster response team should be built for agriculture system. So इन सभी का एक इंटर एजेंसी कोऑर्डिनेशन इज वेरी एसेंशियल कि अगर हमें कभी भी लगता है कि देयर माइट बी एन इन्फेस्टेशन, देन वी कैन डायरेक्टली take response for that. Emergency response plan should be there. Like we have an emergency response plan for other disasters. है ना, लाइक अगर टेररिस्ट अटैक हो जाए, अर्थक्वेक हो जाए, तो वी हैव प्रिपेयर्ड अ प्लान फॉर दैट कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए. व्हाट वुड बी आवर फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ एक्शन, व्हाट वुड बी आवर सेकंड स्टेप ऑफ एक्शन, व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू दैट. सो वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर अ emergency response plan early, that if something happens to our food security, if something like this happens, we are ready with a plan and we will tame this. Next, we should have in emergency response plan we should have a proper stocks of this. Then international cooperation. So we have lot of agencies which deals with the agriculture goods, like your FAO is there, your WHO is there, your codex is there. Codex setup your what I can say that it frames rules and regulation for food produce कि किस particular produce में आपका क्या add होना चाहिए, like about the योर व्हाट आई कैन से प्रिजर्वेंट्स हम क्या ऐड कर सकते हैं, कौन से केमिकल्स हम उसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं, डाइज हम कौन सी ऐड कर सकते हैं, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ केमिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स इज available for the what type of a chemical constituents are allowed for a particular agri processed food. So they set a rule and regulation for food products. So there should be a complete coordination or cooperation of international agencies, and they should build an international protocol for this type of emergency situations. Okay, and there will be regional and early warning system should be developed if something happens like that. Thank you so much and have a nice day. This is all from my side, and all the very best for your exams.
Every single book which I've toppers suggested, but nothing worked for me.
आई वॉज लाइक कि नहीं होगा छोड़ देते हैं, नहीं हो रहा है तो क्या फ़ायदा इनको दोबारा पढ़ने से.
I would like to thank Study IQ. I got connected to Study IQ.
स्टडी IQ ने मेरा मेंस तक मैंने साथ दिया, उसके बाद भी उन्होंने मेरा साथ नहीं छोड़ा.
And I have taken this mock at Study IQ.
And I would recommend Study IQ.
Yes, I will definitely recommend Study IQ.